I'm Christopher Titus. Update. Not sure what to talk about today, people. Do we deal with the treasonous ex-president who turns out is a spy and stole the nation's most sensitive secrets, hid them, and was going through them to put them up on Chinese eBay? Or do we talk about the drought happening in half of the world due to the hottest year on record? Or do we talk about the massive flooding in the other half of the world due to the hottest year on record?
An entire city underwater. From the air, the Bangladesh Air Force parachutes in critically needed supplies.
Just so you know, we've been talking about all these things on the Titus podcast for many years now, but nobody seems to listen. So instead of covering the Nostradamus nightmare quatrain this world has become, let's talk about the one thing that could have fixed all of our problems. Education. That's right. Currently, America has a stupid problem, and stupid is always a problem. And the more stupid people we have, the more stupider people we have. I wish DNA had like a cutoff switch. It'd be great if sperm and eggs would only work if your IQ was above this.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Because then you couldn't create a new mentally deficient human. A human so stupid it would vote for this.
Our army manned the airport. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do.
But education is hard. And the Republicans continue to make it harder. Why? Well, because stupid people will believe anything you tell them. They will vote for you even though you have no plan. They will fight for you even if you try to overthrow the government or say you want to date your daughter. They'll vote for you if you run to Cancun because it got cold. Stupid people are easy to control, and they'll believe anything, like JFK Jr. is coming back from the dead, and he's a Republican, and vaccines have micro-tracking chips in them, or that whatever that shit in Papa John's makes is called pizza. The Republicans are mad that badass Joe kept his promise and gave people relief on their student debt. Well, and to all you who didn't go to college and are mad because, well, I didn't get my 10 grand. Bite me. You didn't earn it. You didn't try to make yourself better. You bought a jet ski at 10% interest and you can handle that payment with the meth you sell at the construction job you got fired from. Education, people, is national security. It's economic security. It's safety. We need smart people to make the new weapons, the new products, the new technology, the new software to protect from this. We need inventors. Because a tripled outlet shower head with massage and a ball washer just doesn't invent itself. And we have been getting dumber for far too long. It shows in who we elected in 2016. It shows in our inability to address climate change, implement clean energy, and it shows in this phrase when some people are presented with facts. Yeah? Well, that ain't what I believe. Yeah, we know. We also know you don't believe in vaccines or science, book learning, math, or how snow globes aren't Satan magic. Education in America is the only way we get out of the current problems, people. Critical thinking is the only way we come together as a nation. Knowledge and being educated is the only way. The only way we can figure out a way to save our species. We need to know so we can discover what needs to be known. We need to learn so we can teach. We need to help the next generation. We need to show them to humanely and thoroughly make the entire planet smarter by teaching them how to cook and eat stupid people. I think that's my solution. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. God, though, who do you pick and cook and eat, man? The guys that were doing like Charlottesville? Because I don't want that much fat in my diet. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. How are you doing? With me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the gorgeous Hylinder.
There can be only one.
Hi guys. We are back into the swing of Southern California. We have a heat wave coming. That's going to be, it's okay. The news is
we're in the heat dome,
but the news has lost their mind. So I'm coming up to the shop tonight to do the podcast, and I hear on the radio, the heat wave that's about to hit Southern California is going to be massive. People should stay indoors. And I look down at my thing on my car. It says it's 98 degrees.
We're right on schedule. This is every year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shut the fuck
up. Wait, hold on. Late summer California is hot. No shit.
No, it's coming. We're
in the valley, in the San Bernardino Valley.
I looked it up though. It's not like they had 115 in Portland this year. We're supposed to get to 110. Yeah, but we've done that before.
You checked your zip code in the hills and you were like, well, it's not going to be 110 here because if you can afford to not die from heat
our neighborhood's air
exhaustion.
conditioned.
The people down there, the peasants down there.
Elon Musk built a giant air conditioner the size of this room for our neighborhood.
When they started predicting, like a few weeks ago, the great flood that's coming to Los Angeles, because we've been in a drought, and they say
we need a flood. Bring it.
Well,
have you watched the rest of the world?
He said, well, it'll flood the flats, but in the hills, we won't be affected. And I was like, we still won't be able to get groceries or out.
You could just have them delivered. Somebody will just pedal their way up there.
Electricity.
No, they'll drone them in.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Electricity.
Amazon.
Tesla roof.
If the solar gets installed, we'll be fine.
Plus, you guys have like 1 billion MREs. All right, you're good.
Yeah,
You're
those
fine.
are at the cabin, though. But we do have a
You got the
billion pounds of 25.
the beef fridge.
Wait, a billion pounds
We've got
of rice.
enough skinny popcorn to last us. So at least for the first 2-3 weeks of Armageddon.
I was telling my uncle in New York the other day, yesterday, that about the cabin, and because he's pissed. He's very mad about what's going on in the world, and he referred to people in our own family as fascists. If you're still supporting Donald Trump, fuck you. Good. You're a fascist. This was the text I was getting from my uncle. And I was telling him about the cabin, and he was like, do you have enough supplies if we can get there when the world does implode? Yeah. And I was
I already know where I'm going to cut.
Yeah, I said, we've got rice, we've got water, we've got MREs. And then he said, did you say pallets of vodka in there anywhere? And I thought,
it's on the way.
slacking on my
we do need it.
Armageddon
By the way,
supply.
Also alcohol is a great barter thing with the money. If this money system collapses,
right.
Alcohol, just
here's money. Fuck
some
you. What
cigarettes.
am I gonna wipe my ass with that? But I have vodka. Kill him. That's the problem is that with the vodka.
You can stay warm with it.
I even know exactly where I'm going to cut the gun port.
It's wound antiseptic.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it if we get swimmer's ear during Armageddon.
Yes.
You can put it in your
My
ear.
God, the world's ending. We're being attacked by zombies, and I have swimmer's ear.
Worst case scenario.
From all the flooding.
Yes.
You're going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the flooding, so everything that they said was going to happen with climate change has happened. Is happening. We're watching it every day. The news is it's either the Yangtze River in China, which is empty, which is dried the fuck up. They've had 70 days. I think it just rained yesterday.
And they found dead mobsters over there too.
Yeah, Yakuza. All missing that finger. Weird.
They found 5 bodies so far in Lake Mead.
Lake Mead is so far down right now. They're saying we're a couple hundred
They
feet.
found some boats.
So far, the key words.
Oh, where was it? They found dinosaur tracks.
McMead. They said that.
McMead?
It was McMead.
You're still in Scotland.
Okay.
McMead.
It was Lake Mead.
Yeah.
They found the dinosaur tracks.
Amazing.
And yeah, pretty cool. But the other thing is that, so if you look at the news, India is flooding so bad. It's the streets are like raging rivers. We've got flooding. We've had Germany last year. We had Italy. We are going to have, we've got a drought. We've gotten almost no water. So half the world is drying up. The other half is oversaturated. Everything they said was going to happen. And do you know why that has happened? Because all the ice is melting. And then all the oceans rise in temperature. Then the whole world becomes the same temperature. And then their storms don't move anymore. There's no heat to cold convection going on anymore. And all of a sudden everything stops. And a storm hangs over for 10, 15 days and kills a lot of people. California, on the other hand, I hope that we get that giant storm. They said it would turn the entire the Central Valley into a giant inland sea.
Yeah, if it could just divert some of the water to some better places, we'd all be better off.
Exactly.
Doesn't it feel though that...
Do you guys understand how hard it is here without water? First of all, I can't pull my boat out, and I want to wakeboard. Then they had flooding in Death Valley. So it's just everything's out of control. And I want to talk about education because all of this could have been stopped had we just got on it 20 fucking years ago. We're done now. I think we're just going to have to ride out Armageddon.
Doesn't it? You guys were kind of talking about the feeling like when you were in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like in the U.S., everything feels a lot more stressed out and a lot more end of the world because everyone is struggling so hard with the, financially.
There's a background of
there's an underlying stress, like with the
women's
healthcare,
reproductive rights.
Yes.
But don't have health care.
Yeah, I was, but all
guns.
Okay, so all right, let's deal with this. Because we're kind of a political podcast. Let's deal with where the stress really comes from. Where does it come from? Well, it starts back in 2016. We had this great president named Barack Obama who kind of mellowed out. He dug us out of this hole that that George W. Bush got us into with all the banking shit and all the deregulation. So we had this great guy who had a steady hand on the tiller. And I remember all the way up to the election feeling like there's no fucking way Trump's going to, it's insane. We knew, didn't we all know? We all know.
I cried. I burst into tears. Yeah. My mom did too.
Yeah. And so all of our PTSD, I think people forget the fact, and I see these people that are pro-Trump that are arguing with me on Twitter that we didn't have the division. We didn't have it up until 2016. And then everything got fucking nuts. We all woke up every day. I would come in and talk to you and when Ryan was here, I'd be like, holy shit. Did you see what happened today?
Ryan was furious all the time too. Here's the thing
that's where the PTSD
about Obama,
came from.
and you say his name or Hillary's name, and it's a trigger. And even for people that are not Trump supporters, when you say the name, you have this moment of because it's going to create some animosity, and there's no explanation for it. And you were telling me that your lovely aunt who you cut out of our lives some time ago for being racist about Obama
and saying the craziest
some other shit. But that was your final straw, was a Facebook post and
a rant about
and so we haven't talked to her in years, but now she hangs out with your ex-wife, which is
which I found it through my daughter that my ex-wife is like, I don't know why I bring her here.
But we love this match. It's made in heaven.
Get it.
We feel like this was meant to be. And so
two energies are equal.
And I was happy it's not in our life.
His kid is taking her to the airport the other day, and she calls Obama the N-word, with the R at the end, the hard.
That's what my daughter said.
N-word.
I had lunch with my daughter, and we.
And this woman is obese, chain smoker, hasn't worked in 20-something years, has been taking disability and welfare from the government, never went to college.
There's a lot of red hats.
Hasn't contributed, moved to Florida and campaigned for Trump, hasn't contributed to society in any meaningful way, but she's very confident in saying Obama is the N-word.
Well, she talks to her guides.
Who obviously are racist.
That's what I'm talking about.
So she believes in that stuff.
The guys are from the Confederacy. They're all dead Confederate soldiers who she's talking to, and they're still angry.
It's the greatest disconnect in America that all of you who look and act and don't contribute to society like that are so cocky in your ignorance and proud of it.
Yeah.
And so confident in putting down and being racist, and in putting down Obama, who was a 2-term president, who's written several best-selling
constitutional
books,
law attorney, head of the Harvard Law Review.
But okay, it's like, I don't get it. I don't get how you can say that, but okay.
But that comes back to knowledge, because what ends up happening is if you're stupid, you go, that guy's a different color on the outside, he's different from me. I mean, it's all ignorance. It's all stupidity.
Yes.
And what I really noticed in Scotland was that, although they said the Scots are racist to them.
When they get drunk.
When they get drunk, but it just seemed like there was such a more ease in Scotland with it. Everybody here, all the stupid people are always looking for one thing, an excuse why they haven't made it. And the answer is always education.
I thought you were going to say flamin' hot Cheetos, but
that's true. But the answer is always education. And I realized this, I didn't go to college, but I realized at one point that I wasn't keeping up with the other comics who were college educated. So I would go home and I would study. If I wrote a bit, man, I would fucking read like 12 pages on what the subject matter was. So they were factual on top of it. And if you look at some of my stuff, like bringing up Hale, the guy that invented, like when a black guy did the first heart transplant, and you're still racist, you need to shut the fuck up. You
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
Like the first guy, like you're walking around because of black.
Right.
The first home security system was developed by a black woman, and you don't ever hear about that.
You know why?
I'm sure. I'm sure I know why.
But I'm just saying it's always education. When you talk about climate change, there ain't no climate change. Climate just changes.
Okay.
It's like except we've been hearing about it by scientists for the last 30 freaking years. We've been hearing about it.
But we're seeing it. We're turning on the news.
Oh, it's on the news.
12 different disasters are happening at once. I think it's over 1,200 people have died in India to date. 386 of them children.
Yeah, climate change
flooding.
Climate change is no longer a pitch. It's a show now.
These-
It's a daily show.
Yeah, and it's like, while that's happening, a volcano that's been dormant for thousands of years is erupting, and Mississippi has no clean water.
Monkeypox.
And Missouri is underwater. And
Well, on the right that fights against it and says it's not happening, we'll point to like an example of a flood. Oh, they had a flood. They flooded 20 years ago. Right, that one was big. There's always a flood,
or
not at this rate.
Yeah,
at this,
not
it's all the time now.
Not that was 40. Like even the flood levels are like the record. I keep hearing that word: record flood levels, record
heat.
rain, record heat, record. You know what that means? You know what that means, people? That means in all the recorded time that we wrote shit down,
ever.
It's never been like this. It's not a weird number one moment. It's really not. Hey, we doing better. We keep getting. They were there. I was watching this great show, guys. You should check it out. It's on Peacock. I read about it. Bill Nye and Seth MacFarlane got together and did this show called The End Is Nigh. And it's basically these episodes where he takes it through like 6 different end of the world scenarios.
Yeah.
But the good news is they give you a solution. They give you a solution on the B side.
He agrees to turn off the news because it's so dark and so bad, and it's on in the house all the time. And this is what he finds. It
made me feel better than the news because
good.
Because the news has no B side where they.
Right. There's no solutions in it.
No, Bill Nye sits down with science and says how to fix it. He says, "Here's what we need to do, but we need to do it right now." And you go through each thing. Volcanoes. There's a way. They have volcanoes. So under Yosemite right now, is it Yosemite? Yeah, there's a super volcano. Part of and what killed they're not sure if the dinosaurs were killed by a giant comet. They think that's what it was, but volcanoes have destroyed fucking like continents, in the past. So there's a super volcano in Yosemite. He says with geothermal, he goes, we could do 2 things. Number one, we could power he said that one volcano, the one geothermal just under Yosemite could power the entire nation, just the steam from that. And he goes, and if the volcano started acting up, we inject cold water down to cool it, and it wouldn't erupt.
We have the solution. So why
the good news
don't
is
we do
that
it?
Everybody works together so well, and they listen to one another. And Republicans are fine with admitting fault. I was thinking that today.
Yeah, we're already done.
I was getting ready. Is that Republicans absolutely 100% cannot admit fault or being wrong.
Right.
Just say you were wrong, or don't even say that. Just get together and start taking action to fix it. But they won't.
No.
So a lot of people are going to die because of their inability to just admit they were wrong.
How many informants did we lose because they can't even admit this fucking guy stole?
Slowly.
How many informants died because this asshole stole all these documents?
So what you're talking about.
And was going through it. You guys may or not know about it. I'm sure you know about this. It's on the news all the time. So Trump, they found out.
They don't watch the news all day, every day.
Oh, right. I have a podcast.
Yeah.
God, that's the saddest sentence
It
I've
really
ever
is
said.
sad. When you say it to people, I'm always like, oh no.
I'm a YouTuber.
They're like, my kid has a podcast.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
4.
Exactly.
He opens toys. What's his subscribers? 14 million. God damn it.
But you have a podcast.
What does he do? Farts to children's songs. Man.
By the way, that's America. Back to education again.
Okay.
It's not Oscar Wilde's poetry on YouTube. It's a guy farting to children's songs. God, we suck. So the DOJ, so Trump filed this thing. They wanted a special master to go through all the documents. Now, a couple of problems with that already, and I'm going to let Criminal Mind jump in when she can. But they're top secret documents. So you need a special master that had the highest possible clearance to even go through the documents.
Or they would have to clear people. They actually had to get certain security clearances for the FBI agents whose job it was to review the documents that they seized.
So Trump had taken over 30 boxes of documents.
And it's got agents' names in there. Right?
Agents' names in
Jack Bauer
and
Ethan Hunt. I mean, it's got
they're all
James.
exactly.
It's got. I mean, it's got their names right
Jason
there.
Bourne!
Jason.
Oh, I know that one. Were the other ones? I knew that one. That's a good one.
So basically, he took all these documents, had them in his bedroom, had stacks of them, and the picture they showed, which we're going to put up right here. There's the picture. If you look at these documents right here, some of these say SCI. There's an H number, which means human resource, which means these were intel sources. These are human intel sources in other countries that may want us dead.
Assets.
And Trump had them. And did you know this? In 2021, the CIA put out this thing. They're going, we don't know why. Now, you remember, Trump left. He took all these documents. He had these. The CIA lost a ton of informants worldwide who got arrested and or killed.
All of a sudden?
In
a wave?
Yeah.
No shit.
In a wave. Yep.
Or
they got turned. Yep.
Were those the same?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we can connect that, if he's got that list of those guys, and it's not random, and 10, let's say 20 guys, and 10 of them got captured and or killed.
Wow.
We need to take his head off at a soccer game. Is what I think. I'm just saying, man. If
you want ratings,
if you commit treason like that. But here's what you said. Makes me. By the way, credit where credit is due on the Republicans. There was one of the Republicans that voted for the extreme abortion laws. Came out last week and was like, I was wrong.
He was a state representative, though.
Right. Yeah. He wasn't. Yeah.
I think it was South Carolina.
All these Republicans are clearing all that abortion stuff from their websites too.
I don't know if this has been fact checked or not, but there have been some news stories that came out today that MBS has bragged that Kushner gave him CIA intelligence about other Saudis, saying, quote, here are your enemies, just days before what they called the corruption crackdown, which led to them torturing and killing people who were disloyal to them. So he met with
Kushner needs to go down too.
at the end of October, and his crackdown on corruption began in early November, a few days after he met in Riyadh with Jared Kushner.
Oh my God! Wow, that really tracks.
Come on, man.
Holy shit.
Jared Kushner is saying it's not true through a spokesman, that it's false, and he's well aware of the rules.
But
by the way, the spokesman was found in Lake Mead in a barrel.
And then he was given $200 billion? How many billions? $2 billion. $2 billion.
$2 billion.
Billion.
What do you have to do to
And
get
just
$2 billion?
Oh wait. So he get for an investment fund. The Saudis gave an investment, but the people that clear all that shit for the Saudis, the guys that research it, wrote a report to MBS that said this guy doesn't know what he's doing investing wise. There's no reason to invest in this fund. It doesn't do anything. He's starting out new. Why are we investing in this? And they gave him $2 billion. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, Jared Kushner's father is still currently serving a prison sentence for, I think, tax fraud and some other things.
But Hunter Biden's laptop.
Do you know what's really weird?
Election violations, witness tampering.
Do you realize that none of this stuff, like, so all this shit now, this top secret document stuff that he has out, like it's literally some of it's classified satellite photos of stuff we have, stuff we know, and they were all in his fucking bedroom.
Wow.
At Mar-a-Lago. They were all in his bedroom.
He's truthing like crazy today.
Yeah.
One of them
you
was, why are people so mean?
Why are people so mean? By the way, is that the last bastion of a 4-year-old?
The irony there.
Why are people so mean to me? There's one. Bring up the one you did today. Here's this weird one.
From the scummiest leader that, well, maybe not the scummiest, but
by far the scummiest.
Yeah.
Nixon is like in
yesterday he
Hitler. That's true. I mean, well, I thought you meant American.
Attila the Hun.
Right.
Okay.
Yesterday he fake tweeted 60 times in a row. So he's very busy. And 12 of those were retruths of QAnon accounts and conspiracies.
Back to education. QAnon. Back to education.
Uh-huh.
We had hundreds and hundreds of people standing in Dealey Plaza this year waiting for a limousine with JFK Jr. to come back from the dead.
Yeah.
That's how fucking stupid
that's
we
education.
are.
Totally.
And there's no basis for that. Clearly, Tupac would have been a better choice. Even Elvis. But There's zero basis for it. There
Elvis
was
isn't
never
dead.
even really a conspiracy. It's not a thing. We've seen the National Enquirer covers about Elvis, but not I don't get the JFK thing. And it was the dude, Q, that they revealed, the dorky guy who just sat there and goes, no, they'll believe anything. Watch this. I'm just going to say JFK is going to come back and they're going to go wait.
And wasn't he like a staunch liberal anyway?
Yeah. His dad
I don't
was-
understand.
Yeah.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. But
I
we're
don't
get
back
it.
to education again. You're dumb as fuck. Like how? And then so let's just go down the list really quick. Here's what bothers me the most. And I was today. I had this moment of almost. You ever have no alcohol in you, no drugs in you, nothing, and you feel crazy?
Yes.
Okay.
All the time.
Wait a minute. I don't like that at all. But if it got you to marry me, yay. I was going down the list of shit from day one. Mexicans are they're sending their rapists and thieves. Mm-hmm. Shithole countries, and then I just went, and then trans people need to be out of the military, like all this shit, and that was in the first 2 months. Kids in cages, separating families, and you just go down the list, and then you go to January 6th, and you realize this fucking dude tried to. It built. I mean, if you do it as a graph, the shit he did, shithole countries is here, fucking insurrection is here. Holy shit, he gave our secrets to other nations that he's friends with Putin, he's friends with Xi, he had a Chinese bank account, and he's friends with MBS. He had his hands all over MBS's balls. Show that picture.
And the fatso North Korean guy.
Yeah, the little
shrimpy.
Yeah, little shrimp, yeah.
Love letters, I think, are some of the things that he thought he should be able to
with
keep.
Kim Jong-un. And Macron, he hated him. There's a picture of him and Macron as Melania's leaning in to kiss Macron. Trump's between him, and he's got this look on his face. And she's like, everything about her is reaching for him. Her nipples.
By the way,
everything.
I'll say it again.
Everything's reaching for Macron.
It's, by the way, very hard to make our nipples reach in a different direction.
While
when
swatting his hand
it
away.
doesn't make any sense. Where is Melania? I'll say it again. I say it to him almost every day.
Well, she was never there to begin with. She was always like
Melania.
The last time we saw
Out.
Melania was when she took a hard right at when they landed
With
in
the
when
shower
he
card
stopped to speak
with the
to
shower
press,
card.
yes.
Yeah, when she with the muumuu, where she went boom, and Ray goes, she gets off the plane in that dress, and Ray goes, that dress is $4,300, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, you thought it was like a cheap thing. I forget now what it was, but it was like a Prada.
Yeah,
So I forget what she was wearing. But.
She goes, the camera's gone. He stops to talk, and she for 1 second glances and fuck this, and she just walks off. We have not seen her since. You know what she's doing? She's selling NFTs.
I know, but where is she? There's an informant that knows an awful lot. Intimate things.
Moscow.
Where he specifically keeps things. He told the FBI about some leather folder thing where they found some documents.
They went through her closet. They went through his closet.
Where is Melania?
How would they know that the shit was in his bedroom? That's a valid point. How would they know?
Well, I think they were searching everywhere, but they did say, if you read their new filing, so he's asked for the special master. The DOJ was allowed to respond 20 pages. They requested 40. That's a big FU. No. We're going to need twice that.
The DOJ's like, whoa.
They filed
have you met this
36
asshole?
or
We're going to
something.
need way more than 20.
And in that, they said that after that meeting where Christina Bobb and Corcoran signed the affidavit saying that there were no more documents at the beginning of June, that they were then made aware by an informant, by a source, that there were more documents still at Mar-a-Lago. So somebody who was in Mar-a-Lago told them what.
Close and close enough to him where he told them what was going on and what he had.
But is she there?
Agent
Has anybody
M.
seen her there? Wouldn't she be caught on camera if she's in New York? I mean,
maybe she's a super secret agent for us. Could have been a.
And you know what? I think if you look at who she is and what she's done in her life, I think it's a way easier, more evil explanation. She doesn't want this dickhead in her life anymore, and she stays married to him. He goes to prison forever. She gets everything.
it's genius. If this is what I was telling you, if she just turns on him because she signed a prenup. Part of their fighting when she wouldn't come to DC initially, it was reported that she was renegotiating her prenup, and she kept Barron in New York. Remember, at first she wouldn't go to DC. She was. It was basically like, you want me to do this shit now? You're going to have to pay me more. So she renegotiated her prenup. right after he got elected. Then she went to DC. But even if you have a prenup, if the dude's in jail, you're not divorced. You stay married to him and you just spend all the money. Like, why
or
not
you
do
wait
that?
till he's in jail, then file for divorce. By the way, what says love more
She can.
than
If
renegotiating your prenup?
If she files,
Right, renegotiating it.
if she files for divorce, she has to follow the prenup. Just stay married to him. Dude's in jail forever.
Just burn it down.
Send his ass to prison.
Well, he needs to go to prison. And what bothers me the most is that we now have so much on this. By the way, the three of us have done any of these things. If we sent 10,000 people to the Capitol to attack him and gave that speech, we'd be incitement, all this kind of shit.
Yep.
If we had 1,000 pages of documents, of which 20% were the top secret, highest classified.
If we had
documents,
one document,
if we had one, right? That's happened. That had just happened.
Right? Somebody
Reality Winner. Reality Winner did
like
5
Hawaii
years.
wasn't.
Reality Winner did 5 years in prison for one document. And the document was about the FBI. All the one she released was about the FBI and the CIA basically found out that Russia was involved in helping Trump in 2016. Put her ass in jail for 5 years. So if you go to, let's times that, let's say he's got 120 documents, times that times 5 years. I'm okay with him doing,
Forever.
yeah.
Can't get hamburgers in prison.
500 years in prison, and 5 years for every document.
Where
Actually,
even
you
when
can.
I search it,
Actually, you
nobody
can't get-
knows where she is.
You can't get hamburgers in prison. That's all you can get.
Not
actually.
real hamburgers. You
That's
get
true.
soy gritty
Sloppy Joe.
shite patties.
Mixed with
Yeah.
gravel.
They don't. There's no record of her since May.
Wow, it's August. Holy shit.
Her salary.
So it's all been scrubbed.
If you look up her net worth, her salary, it says is $170,000. I guess from
For
the
first
company.
lady or from the company?
I don't know, from the company. It's a good reason to put his ass in prison.
She's not in Mar-a-Lago.
They say she is. That's where she's living, but no one's seen her. I'm saying it's Melania. That's what I'm. George Conway, who's married to Kellyanne Conway, I follow him on Twitter because I find it interesting. I know a lot of
I also
people
never
are
trust
confused.
him. I can't trust him.
But he is a highly respected attorney. He was GOP his whole life. He helped start Lincoln Project with Rick Wilson and Steve Schmidt, who's also a great follow on Twitter. But George Conway is always very cautious about these things. And he's always said he's going to get away with it. He's not. And he has now said that DOJ, as of this filing, they have Trump dead to rights. He said, I'm calling it now. He will be indicted before the end of the year.
No. Okay. So you know a lot more about legal stuff than I do. Indicted means arrested and bailed out.
Charged. Well, depends on if bail is available. I mean, for normal people, there would be no bail for this
No, we know. There's no way. No way. No. Me and Ken stole 100 top secret documents that actually maybe put all of our undercover people in jeopardy. Yeah. So so 10 grand bail, 10 grand. We can get out.
Right.
No, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. I have a plane. I have plenty of money that I've borrowed. His debts are coming due next year and the year after with Deutsche
Saudis
Bank.
will pay him out
Sooner than that.
He needs to give them
That's why
something
he's
to get
selling
money.
those stocks.
Yeah.
So he sells to
So
Russia.
you have a president that's compromised, who has hundreds of millions of dollars of debt with
1.2 billion
countries.
He's upside down $1.2 billion.
But that's fine. He can be president. No problem. No problem. I don't see a problem.
Here's the thing. It's not like it's the one thing is people start arguing. I heard a guy on the way over to the Republican. CNN has got a new CEO and they've started bringing on these hardcore righties and CNN's really going right now. And the guy was going, you know what? First of all, here's the thing. The statute they're charging him on doesn't mean the statute you're charging on is a thing about locking documents up. He didn't secure them correctly. It doesn't mean that he committed espionage. I'm like, motherfucker, he had them in his room, in his desk. He had the three of the most top secret documents were in his desk.
Well, also, the reason why we should think that he might have committed espionage is because whatever evidence they showed Judge Reinhardt to get that warrant had espionage listed as one of the counts.
Crimes. Yep, one of the counts. Yep.
So there was evidence that we weren't able to see that was redacted because it's an ongoing investigation, but it was good enough that a judge was like, okay.
So I have a question for you because you a criminal justice major. So if let's say they knew this was going on, and people keep saying, "Oh, why didn't they just ask?" They did for over a year.
Well, this new filing, because
dipshit
asked for a special master, all he did was open up the floodgate for the DOJ to publicly file what
he always does
he
the
did.
wrong thing.
What he did, yeah.
He always does the wrong thing.
So otherwise, they had no avenue to go. They can't hold a press conference. That's political. So he files this. They ask for more pages. They file this picture. And so now we know.
Yeah, now we know for sure. There's no gray area.
There's no question.
But you know what's also funny? So when Hillary, you know this, that he wrote that in 2018 he signed into law that what used to be if you take documents,
harsher
it's
penalty,
1
yes.
year. Now it's 5 years per document.
Right.
He signed it.
And then he takes documents out? What a fucking idiot.
If he was your kid, you'd pop him in the back of the head. So are you fucking moron?
So many people are saying too, you know, we know he didn't listen to his intelligence briefings every day. And we know that at some point they started doing more pictures and graphs, like he liked pictures.
Holy shit.
And then he often wouldn't show up, or he would just throw the binder to the side. He'd sleep, whatever. And so somebody had to be guiding him on what was of value and important.
Because he's working on reading them. He's still practicing. He's trying to getting them to be.
So it was an assignment, maybe from Melania.
He couldn't read them then.
These may so you understand these.
Oh, that's what they were talking about.
So that's the weird part. I thought this too. I said if he's so uneducated, I think I don't know, man. So Boris Johnson was pretty obvious that he was faking it. Boris Johnson was obviously a smart guy who was being a douchebag. What if Trump's just better at acting?
No, he's.
Then why did
this is a lifelong?
Then why did he have the documents then? If he's so dumb he couldn't read them.
Somebody was helping him. People were helping him. Mike Flynn would know what top secret documents are of value.
True.
And Mike Flynn was extremely compromised. He was briefed on Mike Flynn being compromised at the very beginning. Sally Yates got fired because she went to the White House to specifically warn him about Mike Flynn.
Wait. Before Trump got elected, Obama was warned, get rid of Flynn. Flynn is not on our side. Right here, here's a picture of Flynn with Vladimir Putin.
Plus, he was lobbying with Turkey, or there were some ties.
Yeah, he was lobbying. Yes.
So it's just like a whole twisted
Oh, by the way,
thing.
people also forget that he gave three U.S. bases to the Russian military when we bailed on the Syrians, on the Kurds. We just let them go. My cousin was fighting with the Kurds, and they just ended it. Quote for my cousin. We fuck those people.
This episode is very stressful, and it's brought to you by Feels. Feels CBD that comes to your door, so you don't have to go out into this crazy world. You can have it delivered.
I wish I didn't have mine at home, because right now, as you said that, I thought that would have made the podcast better.
I think I need to try this stuff once and for all.
Yeah.
So you need it. You're gonna need it for your sleepless nights.
It is. I tell you what. So since we got back from Scotland. Am I talking that fast?
So fast.
Wow. Since we got back from Scotland, every night I have taken this and I sleep better. I sleep later and I sleep better. And I wake up feeling better.
More deeply?
Yep.
Helps with anxiety, stress, sleepless nights. Really does help with sleepless nights. It's one of the few things that helps me sleep. I also really like the mints. If you keep them with you, you just pop one during the day. Like I said, it's a premium CBD oil. It helps keep your head clear, helps you just feel better. There's no hangover or addiction. I can't talk. Put a couple drops under your tongue.
Slow down.
Oh, I'm not talking fast. I just can't talk. I don't have an excuse. I'm just stupid.
Education.
Education. Self-care is so much easier. So you can join Feels monthly membership. You save money on every order. You can pause or cancel at any time. All you have to do is go to feals.com/Titus to become a member. You get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feals.com/Titus, and that's 50% off your first order with free shipping.
What I like about it is it quiets my mind as I'm going to sleep. with all this that's been happening in my world, and that makes my mind go.
It is very interesting, and I don't know why, and I don't need to know why. If you have any questions about it, though, they have a CBD hotline. You can call, talk to dosage experts. They help you understand.
It might take a long time
they
to
answer
talk to the
questions.
like, hey,
they'll be the most chill people. They won't have any stress. So you just try it. Trust us.
The CBD hotline. Yo.
Hey, man.
What you want to know, man?
No, man, you're not bothering me.
Yo, take your time, man. Take your time. We got it.
Feels.com/Titus.
You'll call it whatever, man.
Let me get you right over to customer service.
That's not music, man. That's me riffing.
Like a sitar playing.
We don't have music, man. That's me actually playing.
Oh, let me just kick this in.
It's the mellowest customer helpline ever. But don't you agree with me on like it comes down to being smart? As I got older and as I started looking into the facts, and I'm asking you people to do it, whatever you believe right now about the Republican Party, I want you to go back through their record. Go back through all the people, take a couple of minutes and go look at what has happened every time we had a Republican president since Eisenhower. They've crashed the economy. Everything got fucked. The debt went way up and we were screwed. That's happened every time. People say you're a liberal. I vote for the people. I've gone through my taxes. I make more money every time we have a Democratic president. You know, you make more money, by the way. They use our tax dollars for us as opposed to giving it to corporations. I'm not doing this because I'm a bleeding heart. You know me, I'm not a bleeding heart at all.
Well, not only that, but Trump's tax cut helped us because we have a business.
Right.
And so...
But it felt like a grift, didn't it?
We were
Temporarily,
upset
though,
about it.
right?
We were on...
Oh, no, corporation, because we're incorporated. No.
Yeah.
Corporations, fine. For other people, their taxes are going
It
back
kept going up. Yeah.
Even the way they did it for their first year, people kept writing me, hey, dude, I used to get a $4,000 refund at the end of the year. They
now
said
I owe $4,000. What the fuck?
I owe $300. I've never owed $300. Same paycheck, same everything. But during the year, they got an extra $40 a week. You know, and a lot of people depend on that refund money. A lot of people depend on it. You know, it's if you look at it this way, my dad kind of treated it as like a savings account.
That's the thing, is that none of these people bitched when they got that tax cut for rich people or for corporations. They were all thrilled. But now that he's forgiven $10,000 of student debt, which is great because that means people are going to school, they're furious. Ted Cruz went on a rant on some podcast or something about lazy ass baristas. And I'm thinking, first of all, so you've now said they've gone to college because they have college debt,
right?
And they have a job in the meantime trying to pay off that debt,
right?
But these are lazy slackers. I'm very confused.
The debt is bullshit anyway because it's just fucking invented interest. Right?
Yeah.
So and nobody's paying anything. It's no real money going in.
And it's incredibly high interest too. That's probably
right.
It's insane.
Yeah, you did it, right? You paid college loan.
And so then because you can't pay it, your loans come due while you're still in school, so you're not making money. So I've totally forgot the word that they use.
I do remember when we first got together, you were still paying
you're basically refining your debt, and it's an even higher interest rate, but it defers it a little bit longer, which you have to do because you can't meet these payments.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and I paid off my student loans finally. While we were together, and I was very proud. And I've never thought once, oh, this is bullshit. They shouldn't get theirs forgiven because I had to pay mine. No, we're trying to make the world a better place while we're here.
So many other countries have free education.
Like, why don't we just way cheaper?
Yeah. Why don't we actually?
Wait, you just said. He said so many other countries have free education, and you went for way cheaper.
No,
or way cheaper. Or way cheaper. He didn't say for way cheaper. We need education, is what I'm saying. I'm a case in point.
His sister Shannon wanted to get her master's, so she and her husband moved back to Sweden because he's Swedish, and she got it for free. Yeah, because they value education.
Well, yeah, but so Reagan, look this up. Reagan said something about education. There's a mentor of Reagan that said you cannot have a educated electorate. If you have an educated electorate, that electorate is too aware and you'll never be able to control them. It's something like that. Look at Reagan. Anyway. That's why they want you stupid. And that's why they create these culture wars. Oh, man, the elites. I'm sorry. Whenever I hear the word elites, I go, you mean someone smarter than me?
Yeah.
Like someone who's got educated? So someone who worked fucking harder than me, someone who committed to something for a long period of time, learned and became a better person. Yep. Yeah, they're elite. Do you know why they're elite? Because they're fucking better than you. That's why. That's when people get mad and they go, I am never mad at someone smarter than me. Because I'd be mad all the time. Good night, everybody.
Smarter than I.
Smarter than I. See? Thank you. Thank God she's in my world.
I think it's that, but it's also combined with they are just siding, which they always do. They side with Wall Street and they side with corporations all the time.
But not on the mic. They side with the working man.
No, they're fucking lying.
But I know. But nothing they pass helps the working man. And that's where the education part comes in. If you guys would just look at, and I think social
media... Well, the loans
media,
are tied to banks, which is tied to Wall Street, and it's tied to corporations.
Right. So
it's a for-profit.
Yes. So as bad as Wall Street is, I mean, as bad as social media is, there is one thing about social media that is good. We have information so fast now. We didn't used to. We used to have to wait to the night, and then Cronkite would talk about, when I was a little kid, he would talk about it for 10 minutes or for 2 minutes.
Once a week.
Yeah. And then you'd have to go, what's going on? Then you have to read the New York Times. It would take month from Hello everybody, welcome. Today the Republicans again screwed you over. Right, exactly. Yeah. And now the one good thing about social media is we hear about it fast. The other thing is we get a lot of misinformation fast. But I think what's happening right now is that these people that are in the Republican Party are making everybody, they're pointing out that the smart people have money and are successful. And they're like, and you're not. Yeah, it's fucked up. Well, why don't you just get off your ass and go get an education then? Because if you got off your ass and got an education, instead of buying the jet ski at 10% interest or buying the fucking $12,000 in rims and tires and suspension for your pickup truck, why don't you just go get an education? But they don't. And so that's why when these guys are mad, how come I didn't get 10 grand? Because you didn't fucking work. Because you didn't try to make yourself better. Because you weren't contributing to society. Fuck off.
And also, nobody's getting 10 grand. Nobody's getting anything. Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
And nobody's giving anything either.
Yeah.
They're just subtracting a fucking fake number.
Yeah.
That was invented. Interest, right.
This episode also brought to you by
Good
Butcher Box. Butcher Box. Love this company. This deal that they're doing now that's limited is my favorite one ever, I think, quite possibly.
I love their meat.
Thank you for your input on this advertisement. Butcher Box is great because it also comes to your house and it takes the guesswork. You don't have to go try and source high quality meat and seafood. It comes to you. They do that for you. You get 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork, raised crate-free, wild-caught seafood, humanely raised, no antibiotics or added hormones. It's all the good stuff all together.
And everything we've got from them is great and it's cheaper. I was in a Whole Foods yesterday for picking up stuff for our dinner. And I went through the meat department and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it'll spoil you.
Like,
you'll be like,
yeah, well, Whole Foods is maybe not the best place. It's basically the Tiffany's of meat.
But you're getting that.
Can I show you something in a steak? Yeah.
But you're getting that quality meat from Butcher Box. This is free range and organic. Right. That's what we're talking about, right?
They don't have to pay for the building.
Exactly.
Yes. They ship it to you. You can, the other thing is you get free shipping within the continental US and there's no surprise fees. So that's a little something extra. What did you just eat out of the dog bed?
I didn't. My gum is sitting on my cup.
On the dog. Oh.
Okay. All right, Janice.
Like a monkey, I'm pulling nits off the dog.
So you choose from a variety of box options. You get they're already done, some of them for you, or you can customize your own, which I highly recommend. We have Labor Day weekend coming up. My niece is coming. Our aunt Kathy. She's mine now too, and Uncle Dennis are coming.
That niece is mine too, by the way. That niece is also mine.
Our niece.
Thank you. You don't get to claim the niece and then give my aunt's yours. They're both ours.
Our niece and our aunt and uncle are coming for Labor Day.
For more than an hour.
Oh my God.
You overpronounce.
So we're gonna grill out. That's my plan. We're gonna
Bring
grill
it
out.
home. Bring it home, kid.
I just said that this morning because he was like, "Oh, I wish no one was coming and we could go to the cabin." And I was like, "You always do this when we have plans."
Because they said that we're gonna have a heat dome of 190
No.
degrees.
I said we have a pool and we have an outdoor grilling area.
It's a
How
valid point.
perfect is this? And Daddy's built a pergola. What else
and
do
you
you
made
want?
me feel better about it.
Yeah.
Just throw the meat right on the driveway.
There you go.
yeah.
Exactly.
Boom.
So that's what we're doing. We're having a Butcher Box grill out on Saturday
Yep.
and Sunday. This is a great deal. Personally, I think it's the best ever. You can take chicken breasts off your grocery list. Butcher Box is offering our listeners this deal that they've never offered before. You get free chicken for an entire year. You get 2 pounds of free-range organic chicken breasts for free in every single order when you sign up at butcherbox.com/Titus and use code Titus. Claim this deal at butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus. You get free organic chicken for a year. That's crazy. 2 pounds in every box.
Chaplain just sat up straight. Dad,
Chicken.
chicken for a
Free
year?
chicken.
Free chicken? Year?
That's actually Chaplin's dream come true.
Yeah, exactly. He just snapped awake behind you. What else is going on? So we've got Trump.
Well, I just wanted to say this about that. Justice Department has said in its filing that it has actual evidence that classified documents were deliberately concealed from the FBI when it tried to retrieve them in June from Mar-a-Lago. They have evidence that he and his aides moved documents.
So there was the
obstruction,
15 boxes that they gave back. Before they showed up to pick those up or send them out, they moved a whole bunch and hid them.
Right. So they
And
deliberately
then they-
switched up.
Yeah.
His attorneys forbade the FBI from looking in that storage room or in any of the boxes that were left in there.
Interesting.
Here's what I don't get.
After that, someone called them and said,
But how is that
there's
possible?
Why
there.
is he not
I'm
in
sorry.
jail?
How the fuck does the FBI and NARA show up and they go, you can't look in those boxes?
And they go, okay.
All right, damn it. Wait, we're the FBI. I don't get
It's
it.
exhausting, but I will tell you that, even members of my family, you want to understand. And point being, they've doubled down. They're doubling down
Every
in
time.
support of him. And I'm so confused by
Education.
that. But a lot of people in my family are highly educated. Yet it's almost like I'm this digging in to refuse to admit that they were wrong.
Yeah.
Because it has become so contentious that Democrats aren't going to go, oh my God, you finally said it. Thank you so much.
No, we're not.
Hold my hand.
Here we
Let's
go.
go together.
That's right, bitch.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like,
Oh, yeah.
motherfucker. That's right, Dan. Yeah. No, you're gonna take my shit now. Yeah, you're right.
And
you know
that's-
why? It's been 5 years of it.
But that's how I feel. I told you this last night that I feel it's like fuck all the way off.
Yeah.
Just all of you.
Oh, yeah,
Go
yeah.
Can I-
fuck- and I try not to
Can I
cuss
say this?
because of my grandma, because my family will cut this out and send it to her. But fuck all the way off.
So-
For the last 5 years, you have put us through a fucking nightmare.
Amen, sister.
And now this dude had top secret documents in his office,
Reverend!
in his bedroom.
Welcome to our team.
Yeah.
And we're still not allowed to say that he should go to jail.
Praise Jesus.
I don't understand. Like, fuck all the way off.
Reverend.
All of you. I'm so tired.
Thank God. You know how long I've been getting lectured about? You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down.
Tired.
Last night, I'm sitting on the couch and watching the news,
Eating 10 pounds of sushi.
Yeah, we were eating sushi. But before that, when I was waiting for her to sit down, she was in the kitchen and she's going, "Are you fucking serious? This fucking guy? Like, these are the worst documents ever. He got people killed. This motherfucker. Fuck all you people that have backed this guy up.
Right.
And everyone who's made. And I'm in the couch like this. I was so excited.
Your hair is like all frizzy right now, but it's like electric.
It's great. But she finally, it was
Changed.
like, she's been with us before. She's been like, yeah,
I've
it's wrong.
always
It's
been
wrong.
with you, but I've tried to
mediate, monitor.
just because I recognize that in any meeting of the minds or coming together at the table, that there has to be civility and a willingness to just say, okay, yeah, you did mess up. You really screwed us. But I'm so glad that you're admitting that. Let's change it now. But fuck all the way off.
Yeah,
All of you.
we're 5 or 6 years into it now.
ridiculous.
That's the thing.
I'm
is that
so tired.
I
of
think
it.
in the first year, maybe 2 years, it would have
We
been
would
like,
let-
oh, okay, good, okay.
If the kid,
The conversation was a little more
if
calm.
at the Zelensky thing that all went, wow, this guy's out of control. Well, you need to impeach him. If they'd have done it then, you're right, we'd have been. But now you guys kept doubling down and you kept doubling down, and now we have a guy who's obviously. So if you look this up, there was a Russian agent, KGB agent, that wrote a book, and he said we have been grooming Trump since 1987, and you can track it. You can track it to the beauty pageants. You can track it to the penthouse apartment that he offered Putin for the Trump Tower Moscow. You can track it. You can track the whole.
Who said this now?
It was an ex-KGB agent who wrote a book who said, we've been grooming Trump since 1987. And here's what I don't quite get. How come anything, they believe that fucking JFK Jr. is going to show up from the dead, but with all the evidence laid out for 5 years, they're still like, nope, sorry. Like, wait,
And not
this
only
is
that,
factual shit.
climate change too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's all
so
it's all
because
part
of
it.
your
Yeah.
stupidity, we all have to die
And we're back to
and
education again.
suffer.
Yep.
And I'm just so tired of it. Your aunt, and I hesitate to even call her that, is a perfect
She's my mother's sister.
prime example.
Leave it.
No, your Aunt Kathy,
Oh, right.
our Aunt Kathy,
Right.
is absolutely an amazing human being.
Yep.
And although Republican, is a thinker and a kind, compassionate, loving person who
True
is
that.
made of allspice and fruitcake
She is.
and sandy beach drinks.
She is.
And I love her.
Yeah, she is amazing.
But the other one, it's a prime example. You know, it's people that cannot even control their own BMI or their nicotine addiction.
Right.
But you're advising us, like you're the one we should be telling to stay in your lane. You know,
Right.
you're advising us on politics. Like,
Right.
please.
We
I'm
have a
so
podcast.
tired. We have a podcast. We have advertisers.
But you're right. But we have to come here. Like, if I have to write those things, the reason I do the Armageddon updates is I have to sit down and write them, which means I have to research what's going on. I'm speaking very clearly
I
right now,
don't
but
know
I'm
why.
speaking very because
It's a little-
you've been
it's
saying-
over-enunciating.
Yes, now I'm over enunciating because I have been going.
You were-
I've been going.
Yeah.
I've been doing that. I'm a little amped up today.
You do that, but I am a Titus whisperer, and so
Yes.
I understand. But they don't always.
Right.
So I just want people, because you make really great points. You think through things a lot.
Why?
You got a big brain.
Why do we continue? This is what I got yesterday when you started going off. You've stopped suffering the fools.
I'm
You've,
so
you've
tired
stopped
of it.
going, you know what? After all this time, you dumb motherfuckers who continue to deny and deny and deny. And there's in the evidence, it's not
Yeah,
maybe.
it's constant.
It's not maybe.
It's constant.
Yeah, it's constant, but it's also not, well, it's kind of shady. It's fucking dead to rights.
We had audio recording of the call with Zelensky.
Yes, you heard it.
And
we
the
saw
other thing
the
is,
insurrection.
I
We
want to
watched
make
it.
a list. Somebody has to have done this already of all the highly accredited officials, many of whom he appointed.
Republicans, yeah.
Republicans who gave their lives to public service, who are now deep state, anti-Trump, never Trumpers. It's rhinos, all this other bullshit. So if you really stopped and intellectualized how many people, because they went, oh shit, wait, no, what you did, you can't do that. That was wrong. And they told the truth about it. How many people all those people believe are deep state liars?
Yeah.
So
But now-
everybody
They've been doing this since
against
no masks, anti-vax,
Yeah, I'm
COVID's
tired of
not
it.
real.
you
Climate change
assholes
isn't real.
brought polio back.
Seriously.
Yeah, you dumb motherfuckers. We got rid of polio, and you get. But go back to this Reagan quote. There's a quote that there's something about Reagan. See if you can find it regarding an educated electorate. You can't. That these people in power do not want an educated electorate. The problem is when you go to Scotland or you go anywhere else, Japan, they're educated as shit, and you know what they have? No gun violence. You know what else they have? They have a decent economy. Although
Free or
suicide-
cheaper college. They have
They have
free
their own
health care. They have
free healthcare, free college. They value
they
education.
give a shit about their citizens.
And in America, we value Netflix and rims.
Well, you value REM.
Yeah, but it takes
Well,
me a
look,
while.
hey,
I also have an
That's
education.
all we have. That's all we have.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
we value corporations as a country.
No,
really.
Somebody wrote you an email. I forget who it was, but it was an interesting summation that because of social media, we now value feelings versus facts. Used to, it
Not
was
me.
just what is, and these are the facts. But now everyone can share their feelings and what they think about something and how they feel about it.
That's what I'm saying. The one thing social media
I don't believe
did,
that.
It made everybody important. As I said in one of my shows, we all have followers, just like Jesus. Did they help you move?
Yeah.
Did,
And maybe
did they help you move? Did they make you dinner? Then they're not fucking followers. They're just people who like to quip.
but then
I am only finding really great quotes about education from Reagan. I'm trying to find.
Not about education.
there's
So
got to be something.
What's
that,
it about?
No, I read it. It has to do with a mentor of Reagan talked about an educated electorate. About we don't need people to be educated.
I feel like there's got to be something to when we see something written, something in us about seeing that this is like social media, that we think feelings are facts because everyone has almost like a mini website, and then we see it and it gets digested as a fact because it's like written. It's written, so we're trained to think it's like a fact.
That's interesting.
So
that
we're
it's
like
written down. Also, some of the media, everybody, we forgot. You know what you don't have anymore? Fucking news. We don't have factual news. We have everybody.
It all gets blended together.
Well, it's all pundits giving their fucking opinion, and now they have the news. They have a newscaster, and they have a lefty and a righty, and they're saying opposite shit.
And they're all discussing maybe things that might happen and how they feel about that.
Yes.
And they've all got a little jokey joke quip that they planned as soon as it goes to them.
Yeah, like us.
Because we have a podcast.
We have a podcast.
I found a speech Reagan did that said Jefferson and the founders believed a nation that governs itself like ours must rely upon an informed and engaged electorate.
No, it was a guy. It was a report about Reagan. There was a guy that was Reagan's mentor. Put Reagan's mentor on education. So there was supposedly it was an internal meeting years ago. I could be making all this shit up. I know I read it. I just read it. I read it like 2 days ago.
Okay. Which means it must be true because you have a podcast.
See, and you read it.
Yeah. But that's an interesting, I didn't think about that because it's written down and it's not just a bunch of dipshits talking.
It takes on more importance in our lizard brain.
Yes. And then lizard brain looks at it and let's say that crazy misinformation thing has 42,000 likes. That adds to its
the importance and like the
credibility of it, right? And then all these dumb fucks go, "Well, 42,000 people like that. That's got to be true." I didn't even think about that. You're right, because it's written down, guys. What's the old phrase? Believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see.
Rick Wilson said today that he thinks Trump will announce his presidency within the week.
He has to. I thought that this morning too. He has to.
But it won't matter because he's not on the ballot for the midterms.
He just goes harder at whatever.
So it's not close enough to his election for that DOJ policy that Garland continued to matter.
But Rick Wilson is a guy who understands political moves, and that if Trump does that, then him getting arrested is a political arrest. We're a banana republic because we arrested the guy. Yeah, we arrested the fucking guy that took documents and tried to overthrow the government.
Because he is a banana republic. He's the banana republic.
Yeah, he is. Exactly. We're the democracy. Biden is not a banana republic guy. I don't even think he eats bananas, just to be clear. He knows we're a republic, but he doesn't eat bananas. Biden finally uncorked yesterday, which is fucking beautiful. He just can't. So whatever they've done on polling, somebody pointed out to them that, guys, Democrats are known as being kind of pussies right now.
Yeah.
Why don't you come hard? And he did yesterday. He's like, by the way, if you say you back the blue and you actually think anybody on January 6th was a patriot, that doesn't work. You can't do it. Whatever he said, it was awesome.
Well, also the White House Twitter account was hitting back about the loans.
They got
the PPP loans.
A new person. It's
great.
Took over. Yeah.
Somebody needs to just hit back.
That's what we've been.
It's not even a hit. It's just a fact.
I've been saying this for 4 years. The Democrats got to come hard. You know who's great? So Eric Swalwell, who is a California representative, great guy. He's a really great guy, really funny. Eric Swalwell yesterday posted they got a phone call at his office. Guy just said, "We're coming to kill Eric." Some guy just called in and to an aide, to like a volunteer, is like, by the way, we're coming to kill Eric Swalwell. That's what they said. And he's like, he just posted on Twitter, guys, we have an intern that's working for us that got this phone call and just got thrown to kill. I don't know what to do about that.
So they were just like, we got another one.
I'm miming him doing that. I mean,
maybe he tweets from his computer.
You think so? Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I, by the way, I am skilled as a mime.
I've seen you tweet from your computer. No, that's terrible. It's not very good.
That was also wide. It looked like
For
a big
the
old
people
BlackBerry.
listening at home, Titus is miming,
the
holding
Apollo.
a rope
I was
and
pulling
going
the rope,
sideways.
pulling
Okay.
the rope.
Okay.
Now I'm going to do wind blowing an umbrella.
Wait, what is that?
I'm sitting down. It doesn't translate.
The wind was blowing the umbrella?
Shh.
You were jogging.
That's true. With an umbrella. Or that.
Okay. Dominion Voting Systems
I'm an
is
abstract
now
mime.
deposing
I'm an abstract mime.
is now deposing Tucker Carlson in their $1.6 billion court
Oh, shit.
filing that was ruled could move forward.
This is Dominion?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
$1.6 billion against Fox. Judge ruled that it can move forward. Tucker Carlson is up next. Just wanted to share that little tidbit of good news.
Tucker Carlson has got out of this shit in the past by saying, I'm entertainment. Fox isn't news. Yeah. It's entertainment. It's an entertainment entity.
Yeah, but they're registered as a news channel. That whole entertainment thing is actually, if you look on the fact check.
Did you look it up?
It's false, yeah. That whole thing where they supposedly claimed that in court is false.
But doesn't his show,
Pants
maybe
on fire.
His show only is the entertainment?
Yeah, he hasn't
part of
dropped a fact in a long time.
Yeah.
Carlson. Remember any lost Hunter's laptop? Remember that whole debacle?
Yes, in the mail.
They sent me through. They said, "Well, he sent me through the mail, and we lost it. I don't know. And so we don't have the laptop we're supposed to have."
Deep state. And we were like, why didn't he carry the documents home with him?
I'm sorry.
He mailed them to himself, and then they got lost in the mail.
The biggest scandal that could take down a president, supposedly that's on this laptop, and you had them FedEx it.
Why are you so stupid? It was UPS because he started claiming they were deep state.
Okay.
Little update. I talked to Grandma yesterday. Grandma has done 1 week of chemo, 5 days in a row, and she's feeling fantastic.
Hasn't affected her at all, which is the weirdest thing. Like she's a cyborg. She's C-3PO. She really is.
She is. But I told her that I told on the podcast about her funeral service program.
Oh, right.
That everybody's dying.
And
that the people that were supposed to run it are now dead.
3 preachers. She's in the background. I heard like that. Usually she's bothered that I talk about her, but she was still laughing at the fact that they've all died. And then she said yesterday, she said, I'm afraid to make a new program. Because she's
like
starting to think it's her. So yeah.
I don't want to kill another one.
It's a kill list. That
3
she's got.
preachers have died. So yeah.
Guys, I want to talk about this. I put up, at the beginning of COVID, I put up 8 comedy specials. All of them are up there. You guys can see them for free. I also put up 54 episodes of The Titus Show for free. You guys can watch whenever, laugh your ass off. What we're doing on September 10th, we're putting up my new special, Zero Side Effects. It's going to be $10. So Saturday, September 10th, it's going to basically debut like a premiere on Moment House. So I want you to go to ChristopherTitus.com. I want you to buy those tickets. It's $10. Tell your whole family you're getting together. This special, I just went through and re-edited it. You're editing it again. We're just actually going through and tuning it up. I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't brag about myself a lot. This special hits everything that bothered us in the last 3 years, from COVID to white supremacy. You get to hear the story of me, and it's still, guess what? It's happening again. My dental work that took over 2 years over COVID, and I died on the table at one point. They over medicated me, and I went away for a little while. You'll hear that story. And you're also anything, whenever you looked at your relatives about COVID and you're like, they're not injecting a tracking chip in you. There's a 10-minute piece about this where I drag us all through it, and it's really funny and it's great. Go to Moment House.
Go to ChristopherTitus.com.
Or let me finish talking.
No.
Go to momenthouse.com or ChristopherTitus.com and get those tickets. But do me a favor, guys. I've done all I can to make sure we don't ask for a Patreon. We don't ask for you to donate to the podcast. So do me a favor. In place of that, buy the special. All right? And we'll see you on September 10th.
Your third base coach is shaking you off. Go to ChristopherTitus.com.
Get the $10 pre-order price now.
Yeah.
Because it's going to go up.
Goes up
15
It goes
on
15.
the day of, and then after that. So you can still buy the replay of the special for 2 weeks after it premieres.
But it's going to cost $15.
Yeah, it's going to be $15 if you buy. And if you watch it on the day of, it's going to have a live chat feature.
Right.
which I'm sure will be in there.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll be talking about it. Yep.
And you can also do a one-on-one meet and greet
Yep.
after. There's
Those are almost sold
some
out, though.
T-shirts.
The meet and greet's almost sold out. So
okay.
if you're going to get it.
There's, because we didn't do a lot. Anyway, ChristopherTitus.com. It's a little revamp-a-rooski of the main page of your website.
Yeah, go check out. You guys got to check out what Hylinder did on the main page.
It's very cool.
I've never had somebody that worked with us that I would go, here's what I think, and then he does exactly what I wanted, and then makes it 10 to 20% better. You're fucking awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And now, with the fun facts.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Now we're gonna start going 3 fun facts.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think so.
No, you just
And then we
read
pick
that.
the best one.
We have a lot of things to finish here at the shop.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, well, I'm doing everything and 3 fun facts.
Yeah.
Spinning things with my feet.
Oh, do me a favor. I want you to look up this word, pusillamius. Look it up. Someone, D. Schneider. There's a fun fact I have after this. Go ahead.
Is it P.S.? Because usually that's just...
P-U-S-I, pusillamius. D. Schneider. Look it up. It's, by the way, it's...
I go to that website every night because...
No, stop.
Oh.
So did your ex-wife.
Boom! All right, fun fact.
West Point, the revered military academy in upstate New York,
Right?
has a Ku Klux Klan monument. Ironically, at the entrance of the science building.
What?
Is it still there? They haven't
it's
taken
still
it down
there. It's not just like a Robert E. Lee or like a Confederate flag. No, it's a Klansman in hood, and it says Ku Klux Klan, and it's a actual monument that's still there. Isn't that insane?
Oh, well, that'll be people watching my Twitter today. I'm going to be getting a picture of this and putting this up.
It's insane.
First of all, West Point is on the East Coast. Doesn't make no sense. Let's start there.
Right, and it's north,
My stepfather taught there. I'll have to delve into that.
Why the hell?
Interesting.
And on the science building, you would think.
What
they're
is
not
the
science-
monument like? Is it saying,
Yeah, it's
golly, we miss these guys"?
It's
Golly.
It's like a bronze.
I'm sure golly. They chiseled golly in Helvetica.
Gosh, chili whiz. So what?
It's just like a bronze Klansman, hood and everything, and then it says Ku Klux Klan underneath it. I don't know what else it says. I'm sure it says some really positive things about
Pet peeve:
white
people
people.
that say Ku Klux Klan.
It's Ku Klux.
It's Ku, right?
No,
Isn't
you
it?
said it right.
Didn't I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay.
I just thought I'd share a
Is
pet
it Ku
peeve.
Klux or Ku Klux?
It's Ku, but you say Clue a lot.
I said Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux.
Problem is that there's a second L.
I know.
So it's a lot easier
I
to
know.
go Ku Klux Klan. And by the way, the Klux and the Klan, you're like,
They
there's gotta
should've.
be. Yeah,
It should've been, yeah.
exactly. It doesn't change it.
Why'd they make it difficult? I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, by the way, maybe that's part of the handshake too.
Oh, right.
It's good to be here at the Ku Klux Klan. Get out!
Yep.
We are very specific.
It's the same
We're gonna
people
bowl.
that say espresso. Espresso.
Oh,
Knock it
yeah.
off. Stop. I'm over everything
We're
today.
back to education, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Please, people, start to pay attention to how you speak, what you speak about, and if you're going to start talking about something you don't know about, don't.
Unless you have a podcast.
By the way, in that case, give your opinions about everything and make it. Guys, do me a favor, please. Look for go to ChristopherTitus.com for the future dates. We just booked a whole theater tour for December. Also, go get the special, 0 side effects.
Oh, yeah.
I am asking you right now for all this free content from the podcast to buy the special. It's the best one. It's an hour and a half of comedy. And honest to God, I don't know. I think it's the best special I've done, except for, I think it's
in November,
In the
I
top
just
2.
want to say this.
Yep.
In November, we have new dates that are going to be added to the website. We are going to be in Orlando and then West Palm Beach at a theater. And then on Saturday, the Tampa Straws Center, which we love. So those will be on ChristopherTitus.com soon. And then December, new dates added. Fresno Tower Theater, Chico, El Rey, the next weekend, Twin Falls, Orpheum, Boise Knitting Factory, and then we're going to close out the year in our favorite way at the Neptune in Seattle.
Yay!
Yay! We're
Neptune.
back.
I can't believe it. I love the Neptune.
We were always there around December 17, 18, 19. So it very, like my memories every year were being there in the freezing cold, flying home the next day. And that meant we were done through Christmas. We always did Seattle and then went home for Christmas.
And we're doing that again.
Mhm.
We're almost back, baby.
almost back.
Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Do me a favor, subscribe on the YouTube channel. And we're always posting stuff. Oh, and Bombshell, look forward to this. Hold us to this. Bombshell Ray wants to go back to doing sketches again. So,
I do.
So we're going to go back
George
to doing
and
sketches
Gracie.
again.
I'm with you.
Frank
We
and
need more
Shayna.
shit to do.
Frank and Shayna.
Yes, but
He just loves seeing Frank and Shayna. Who's your favorite of all?
I like doing Bob and Annie. Bob and Annie was fun.
I love Bob and Annie.
But also, I think my favorite is always, if we can write the right bit, is George and Gracie.
George and Gracie,
Me
I'd
too.
probably.
Me too.
Yeah, George and Gracie. There's something about it that has this little bit of old school gorgeous in it, like where you.
I do love Frank and Shayna too, though. They're the ones that did holistic COVID medical cures.
They're kind of the like the redneck George and Gracie.
Insurrection treasoners.
Ha!
Yeah, where you're just always
Do we have
inhaling.
some of those up at all? Is those up on the?
Some of them are up.
One of them is right.
Yeah.
All right.
And we've been talking about doing wraparounds to
Mm-hmm.
release some of the ones that we still
All
have in
right,
the
so we're
catalog.
gonna do that. We'll get on that. By the way, we're having a meeting now during our podcast.
Yes.
We have a podcast, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one.